joining Wellness with Terri. We're going to work with the chair today, get some good stretches in, and maybe attempt some simple poses using the chair for support. So let's get started. Finding a comfortable way to sit in your chair using your block or your books or something to bring your feet up so that your hips are in line with your knees. Let's sit up tall, close our eyes, and begin to tune inward, finding first our breath, that physical sensation of breath in the body, movement through the mouth and nose, rise and fall of the chest, and eventually rise and fall of the belly as well as we deepen that breath. Keeping the breaths mindful, we can gently let go of tension, worry, extra thoughts with our exhales. Gently relaxing the neck, the muscles of the face, the fingers and toes. We work to make the inhales and exhales equal in length. And then we start to make those inhales intentional as well. Breathing in what we need at this moment to feel better in our bodies, to feel better in our spirits, or to ease our minds or emotions. Breathe it in and let it fill you. Continuing to exhale out what no longer serves you. I invite you to think about a personal intention today. Maybe it's just simply an affirmation that you want to repeat to yourself. We're going to take 3 full breaths when we find our own intention. You can bring your hands to heart center if you choose to, or just leave them where they are, but take those 3 breaths and repeat your intention. When you reach your 3rd exhale, if your hands are raised, release them back down and begin to move your neck. We're going to warm and check in with our neck, taking our gaze side to side. There's no rush. Our goal is to feel better in our body when we're done, so just take it gently side to side. Maybe you're ready for a little more chin up, chin down. Maybe ear to shoulder, that's always a tighter space in my body, so be gentle. And then start to add some shoulders, just some gentle movement. Maybe you're going to make a little circle with your spine, your torso, waking up that spine, waking up those shoulders. Coming back to center, we're going to sit up tall. We're going to reach the arms out. So we're just going to do a little movement here to warm the arms, flipping up the palms up to the sky gently, turning those palms to the floor. Keep those shoulders down away from the ears. Just move gently and breathe. Palm up and palm down. One more. Now we're going to do a little arm circle motion. So just take those arms and circle them gently forward. If it hurts your shoulders, you need to modify. You can go into a twist instead of doing the arm motion if you want. We're just warming up those arms. Let's take it the opposite direction. Breathe in deep and full. And now we're going to release, shake it out. We're going to bring those arms out in front. So we're going to work those wrists. So we're pointing our fingertips down, stretching those arms out, lift up, down, up. Be careful not to overstress that wrist. Don't go too far. We're just trying to find a gentle stretch here. One more. Nice, and release. All right, for me, I'm going to work myself forward, removing my block and coming to the edge of my chair so I have a little more room to move my arms around here. So we're going to just do a little bit of a swing. Just starts moving those shoulders a little, moves your torso a little. Just swing those arms gently. And then we're going to take it into an actual twist. So you have places you can reach for. You can reach for the chair, back, the side of it. You can put your other hand to your knee. Go as far as it feels right to you. Keep a tall spine. Keep your breath going. When you're ready, switch sides. Sometimes when we sit in a chair for too many hours in a day or sit on a couch or in our lazy boys or whatever it is, we forget to move in different ways. So this is about moving, twisting gently. One more time each way. Nice. So I'm going to go a little bit further out on my chair. You may not have to, depending on what type of chair you're in, but I'm going to reach back. So you can also reach for the sides of your chair. It just depends on how it feels to you. So rather than round our shoulders forward, we're going to open up that chest, which means I'm going to lean forward and let my arms lengthen. And I'm going to curl my shoulders back, making a trench between the shoulder blades. I'm going to let that chest open and those shoulders warm. And I'm stretching out my arms. Couple of big breaths in and out here. And release. Shake it out. We're going to draw an elbow. Doesn't matter which side you start on. Draw it across. Add some more neck if you need to. You should be feeling that stretch. So we're keeping the shoulder in place and we're drawing the elbow away, hugging it kind of closer to our chest. And then we're going to take a deeper stretch. So depending on your flexibility, you can do the easier version that I do, which is to reach behind and then draw the elbow over in the opposite direction. Or you can take this other arm around and interlace your fingers on your back. That's a deeper stretch. It's too deep for me. So think about what feels good to you. Maybe you want to experiment with both. And then we're going to switch. So we're going to take the other arm across. Make sure we're holding our shoulder in place, drawing that elbow, hugging it closer to our chest, adding neck if we need it. And now choosing your deeper position if you want to go deeper. Letting the back of that arm stretch. And release. All right, another chest opener. We're going to take our arms out to the side, coming into cow and cat. So make sure you're secure on your chair. Back it up a little if you need to. We're going to put thumbs up here. We're going to open the chest, so we're going to draw back, not by taking our arms wider, but by drawing back from the shoulder blades. So increase that trench between your shoulder blades, or maybe just feel those muscles begin to work as you try to make a trench. This is our cow, and then we're going to come forward into cat, reach. So that should stretch across the shoulders here, coming into your cat, and then we're going to take it back into our cow, drawing from those shoulder blades, and then forward when you're ready into cat. So work your own rhythm here with your breath. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. Couple more. All right, we're gonna push back now so that we're very stable. We're gonna do some eagle arms in the chair. So bringing your elbows out from your shoulders. We're gonna take right arm, so find your right arm, bring it over the left. Here's your first position, simply to wrap and to stack the elbows. If this feels good, stay here. Remember, we're not letting our shoulders come up by our ears, so we're drawing them down and back. But if you want to add on, see how it goes to try to bring the backs of your hands together. If this gives you a deeper stretch across your shoulders, stay here. And if you're able to wrap all the way around and use that pressure of hand pressing into hand, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears, and then adding a tilt to your elbows, not a lift, but a tilt. See if this is where you need to be. Find your position and breathe. Nice, release, shake it out. Let's go other side. So we're gonna bring those elbows up again. We're gonna cross the left over the right. We're gonna start with a hug, just a reminder, stacking, pulling the shoulders down and away and back, or backs of the hands come towards each other, or we wrap all the way around, pressing hands together, pulling shoulders back and down, and tilting elbows. Breathe. And release. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna move my block out of the way here. Come forward a little bit on my chair. We're just gonna warm up those legs. So we're gonna warm up the legs and the feet. So I'm gonna start with just pushing heels down, lifting up. Sometimes our feet, they don't get the love they deserve. They get tight. We change shoes, we change walking areas, and they don't get any love from us. So just move those feet around. Maybe you need to move those ankles around to warm them up. I know mine are always a little tight, as well as my Achilles get tight, so just make that feel good for a moment. And then we're gonna add on to our legs here. So make sure you're in the right stable position on your chair. Hang on if you need to. We're gonna go out and down. Take the opposite leg out, point the toes up, press through the heel. Continuing to breathe here as we just warm those legs up a little. Maybe you feel an additional stretch now through your heel or Achilles or the back of the leg and the calf area. Just one at a time. Take your time. Let's go one more time each side. Now we're going to work a little bit on the hip flexors, so I want you to sit back in your chair so you have something to lean against. Hang on lightly if you can, and we're going to go out and up. So we're taking this knee now and we're lifting, adding some hip flexor warm up. Press out, draw the knee toward the chest. So it's not up and down as much as it is in toward the chest and out away from you. Two more if you can. Obviously honor your own body. If just a few of them is all you needed today, that's good. All right, you might feel that right here at the hip flexor. I do. Let's go to the other side now. So we're going to lift that leg in toward the chest, press out through the heel. Two more. Excellent. All right, shake that out. So now we're going to I'm going to come a little bit farther forward on my chair. We're going to bring those arms up. Reach up, stretch up, lengthen. Spread the fingers. Exhale down. Again, inhale up with your breath. Reach and stretch. Exhale down. This time time we're gonna add a side bend to it. So we're gonna inhale up. We're gonna interlace those fingers like this and then reach them up to the sky and take a lean and a big stretch for the side. Other way. One more time. And last one. And back to center, release. All right, so we're gonna do a forward fold from the chair. We're gonna do a couple with our knees closer together, and then we're gonna do some with our knees wide. I always feel better with my knees wide, but the one thing I want you to make sure of is that your feet are on the floor, or if you need the block, make sure you're stable on your chair and your feet are on something that they can press into. So let's take an inhale up, and then we're gonna lengthen forward for a moment. Just reach, just stretch it out in front of you. Where do you feel that stretching? And then come back. We're gonna do that again. Inhale up. Reach it forward, stretch it out, lengthen forward. Coming back, we're gonna call this mountain. Sit up nice and tall, reach for the floor. Spread the fingers, point the fingers down, draw the shoulders down and away from your ears and just hold here. Nice and strong in your mountain with your feet on the floor or block. Your fingertips reaching, your spine tall. Beautiful. One more breath in, and this time we're going to take it all the way into a forward fold. So inhale up, lengthen forward, reach it forward, and come down. Maybe you can reach the floor, maybe you can reach your feet, maybe you need to reach for your shins. Whatever it is, reach it down. You maybe even need to take a little deeper and walk your hands out. Only you can feel it, only you know what feels right. We're looking for a stretch here, in this case, through the back, low back, upper back, maybe even through the arms. Let's draw back up, nice and slow. We're going to do that again. Inhale up, reach it forward, lengthen forward, and just keep right on going if you can. Maybe you want to walk your hands to the side. Coming back up again. Now we're going to do a couple of those with our own breath. So we're just going to keep moving through it. We're going to inhale up, lengthen forward, and come all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Couple more at your own pace. Back up to seated. Now let's try taking that wide. So rather than this being a forward fold, at first we're going to make it more of a sunflower from the chair, which means we're going to go up, and then we're going to come forward, and we're going to sweep. So maybe we just hang, maybe we actually reach the floor. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you're stable and you're feeling that lengthening of your spine forward and the movement of your arms, maybe even a little bit of a stretch on those inner legs as you come forward. Just a few of these, two more. Big breaths. Beautiful. Now, let's take this into a forward fold. So we're going to bring it forward and bring those hands down. So this is where if you're feeling unstable, like you're going to fall out of your chair, use your block to bring the floor closer. Take it down as low as you need to feel your best stretch on the inner legs. That's what we're looking for here. leg can hang if you get that far down. Keeping it loose through the neck. And then we're going to slowly walk our way back up and draw those knees in. All right, nice work. So let's see if we can try a lunge from this position with our chair. So you'll notice I have my chair on my mat so I can kind of see the direction that I'm going. I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to try this because this is something a little new for me. My left leg is in forward now and I'm lining up my knee over my ankle. That would be the lunge position with the left leg leading. I'm going to bring my back leg around. I've got this chair here to hang on to for support. And I'm going to take this nice deep stretch that I feel. So one thing about doing it this way is you know when your weight is centered over the chair. You can see where the middle of your body is, so your weight isn't all the way forward or all the way back. Plus you know that if you lose strength here, you've got something to fall onto. My back leg, I'm feeling a great stretch through the lower part of the leg in my lunge. Now, if you're feeling stable enough, you can move your hands up, you can lift your spine more, and you can go ahead and add those arms in any position that feels good to you here. Try to keep that back heel lifted. Mine was falling a little bit down there. And we're going to breathe. One more breath here. Now to safely get back down, I'm going to put my hands to the chair and just come back to my seat and change position. So now my right leg is out and I'm going to line up so that my knee is over my ankle. And I'm going to bring my leg behind, coming into lunge opposite side. So lifting my back heel, finding that center of my stance, and then taking the big stretch through this left leg, pressing down through the heel. Remember, you can hang on to the chair for support. You can use the back of the chair if you have a high enough back on it, or you can actually add arms and come into a full lunge position. That cue that we use in regular yoga class, which is the same here, is that you should be able to see your first and second toe. That would tell you proper alignment of your knee over your ankle, and your hips are doing their best to face forward. Let's hold it here. Two more breaths. Excellent. So find your stability, take your seat, and bring that forward. Awesome. All right, let's go for a little bit of a hip stretch here. So we're going to find our left leg and we're going to bring that ankle up. So this will look different for every person. Some days it will feel different for you. You may want to move to the back of your chair. Again, try to have that foot on the floor or something for some support. Starting with, we've done this before together, but starting with pressing down on the knee, maybe that's your first position to really wake up this hip. Or maybe you want to take it a little further and come into a cradle the baby type position. You can do whatever works for you here, but we're trying to warm up and stretch out this left hip. Foot is active here, and we're able to breathe. So we don't want to hold our breath, we want to breathe. As you sit and breathe and feel your body, you might feel it begin to loosen up a little. You might be able to take that stretch just a little deeper, or maybe not. Only you can feel it. Nice. All right, let's let that one down. Move it around if you need to loosen it up. Shake it out. And we're going to switch. So planting your left foot, we're going to bring our right ankle up. Activate the foot. Check in with this right knee. You'll notice my right knee is higher on this side. This is a tighter hip for me. So taking the position that you need to get your best stretch here, or taking it up higher into cradle the baby. We sit up tall, we breathe, and we feel that pull on our right hip, hopefully lengthening or opening that hip, releasing tension, tightness. One more breath. And release. All right, we're going to try another pose. This time we're going to go for a warrior two. So we're going to take that left knee. That's what I'm going to start with. Get in position here so that my ankle and knee are aligned. Find my stable base to get my right leg behind me. This time our toes come down. So we're coming into warrior two pose. So instead of our heel being lifted, as in the lunge position, crescent lunge, we're going to go with foot down. We're still going to find the center of our stance. We know we've got the support right under us if we need it. We need to check that front knee on the toes. Can you see your first and second toe? So back foot down, and if you could check your alignment, your heel should be somewhere in the mid-foot range, so right about your arch. Back leg is straight. So hips and heart want to go forward, but they're going to the side in warrior two. So we're going to take it, turn our hips and heart to the long edge of our mat here. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears, and we're going to turn our gaze, if we can, toward the left arm. If your neck is tight, you might not get all the way over that arm, but do your best. Find your strength here in warrior two, knowing you've got support under you in the chair, with the chair if you need it. Breathe. One more breath. Excellent. Bring those hands down. We're going to use that chair to come down safely. We're going to bring this leg in. Turn this leg out, coming to the other side for our warrior two. So our first job here is to line up our knee over our ankle to find the support of our chair and get our left leg behind us. Finding that position, heel to arch, straight back leg, center of our stance, correct and proper position of the front knee. We've got this chair here if we need to hang on to it. Remember what those hips and heart want to do. They want to turn to the right, but we're going to turn them to the long edge of the mat. Reach those arms out. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Make sure you feel equal on your feet. And if you can, turn your gaze to the right. We breathe. We find our strength here. Two more breaths. Excellent. Let those hands come down. Find your support. Bring yourself to the chair and walk your feet back in. All right. So we're back to the front of our chair here. Let's just make sure that we're all the way back. You can go on your tippy toes for a moment if you want to. I want to stretch out the side of our body here. So we're going to hang on with our right hand. We're going to lift that left arm up and we're going to lean over. A little further than we did before if we can. Keeping our sitting bones on that chair. And then we're going to switch. Bring it down, hang on, bring that opposite arm up and over. We're leaning into the back of the chair a little for some support. Big stretch for the whole side of your body. One more time each way. Sometimes the back can get a little tight when we do those warrior poses, so we just want to make sure we're stretching out the sides, reaching down into that low back a little. One more. coming back to center. All right, so that was my first attempt at doing some poses in the chair. I think it worked well for me. So we'll be adding on to those, so keep watching for more videos. Let's just finish with a little bit of a mini meditation. So we're gonna close our eyes. We're gonna take one hand to our heart center and one hand to our belly. And we're just gonna feel the warmth of our hand on our bellies and chests. We're gonna feel the rise and fall as we breathe in and out. And that hand that is over your heart, we're just gonna let every breath in be filled with gratitude and love. And it's gonna fill our heart. This gratitude and love starts with you. So we're gonna fill ourselves up with love first. Maybe when you close your eyes you can see colors, maybe not, but if you can imagine a beautiful green or even a pink color, just coming in with every breath and filling your heart so that you can imagine when that heart is full of whatever color that you see or you can imagine. You want it to feel so full of that color that it begins to spill out of your heart and expand and fill your whole body. Because this is love and gratitude for your body and all that it does for you. Whether you think about it or not, it's working behind the scenes to help you breathe, to help you move. We often forget to thank it, so let it fill you until that color, that beautiful color of love and appreciation is filling your whole body from crown to foot. Even thanking the parts of your body that you feel don't work as well as they should sometimes. Giving love to every part of yourself. So now you are so full of this light, you're going to let this light spill outside of you, and it is going to become your protective barrier. It's going to seal all your good in, keeping you at peace within, while allowing you, once you set your protective seal, to take a beam of light from your heart to all those you care about. Maybe it is even beams of light over the whole world in this time. Whatever it might be for you, take a moment to send a few direct beams to those closest to you. Right from your heart to theirs. And then begin to add in a few more people, or maybe just a blanketed, beautiful beam of light for the world. Remembering that it begins with you. How you treat yourself matters. Love yourself, keep yourself at peace within, and then you're able to share that from you outward. Not always looking outward and trying to bring it in. Start within. And let's release those hands, either to a namaste heart position or just to our legs, whatever's comfortable. Ending practice here with the greeting namaste. To me that means the light and spirit in me sees, honors, and appreciates the light and spirit in each of you. Thank you so much for joining me today for this chair yoga session, Wellness with Terri. Please come back. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay well.